again, I'm going to jump straight into it and ask the Finance Minister, Mr. Enoch Godongwana, does this new administration intend to change its fiscal policy direction?
Not at all. My reading of the different manifestos, there's a lot that's common among these manifestos. We'll be going into a Lekgotla now, and I think what we should be doing is to focus on what's common amongst us and hit the ground running than trying to change fiscal policy.
In a couple of months, you will have to adopt the midterm budget. Do you think, as the parties within the government of national unity, you will be able to see eye to eye, given that your manifestos, in some instances, are contradictory and far apart?
What I would hope for is that when we go into the government Lekgotla, where we will craft a strategic trust which focuses on what unites us than what divides us, and lift out those elements from our manifestos which talk to the same thing, and we identify those priorities over the next 5 years.
And in terms of how issues of austerity measures have been kind of, being giving different views from the different political parties, will the direction of austerity still continue?
Let me put it this way. Will fiscal consolidation continue? The answer is yes. What we tabled in February is an environment where we say we want to reach a peak in the next financial year in terms of the debt to GDP ratio, but begin to decline. To achieve that, there are a number of measures we need to take in order to make sure that we reduce the debt to GDP ratio. It's important because it's got an implication on our debt service cost. As you see now, our debt service costs are the largest, biggest item on our spending side.
Calls for the reduction in the government wage bill. Are you going to be listening this time around?
Look, it's a function of a number of things. It's quite easy to say, call for a reduction in the wage bill. What do you mean by that? The way I understand it, the government has done two things. The first one was the president in 2022 said, we've got to reorganize government. Part of that reorganization is to look at what institutions are strategic, which one are not strategic, those kind of changes will impact on the wage bill.
Lastly, what do you say of the criticism on the size of cabinet given our current fiscal challenges? Was it a wise thing to do, other than the fact that you had to please your partners in the GNU?
Let me just say, people have voted for change. Now, they must understand change also comes with its own challenges. If that change does not provide you with one winning party which can form government, which can reduce the size of government, but it means we have got to build a united force, not only to, people must look at the positive side of it, to have more people, but to avoid an environment where you are stuck in a long-term discussion, but you can focus on delivery. In that sense, this government is a positive thing. By the way, 77 people compared to total expenditure of personnel in government is next to nothing.